us a little bit about this rigorous plant diet that, through one of your traditions you've been trained. It is very rigorous, and also it requires not to have to abstain from sex. Can you talk a little bit about this rigorous?
So we were talking about ayahuasca, and in the Peruvian Amazon, we talk about ayahuasca, but it's actually part of a much broader context. Ayahuasca is only one of the tools used in the tradition of plant medicine in the Amazon. Today it has become the most popular, and it's where the West has the most interest due to this psychoactive effect, and it opens your capacity of having access to information or to introspect within yourself and challenge your own relationship with your ego or your fear and heal that relationship and transform it. But in the vegetalismo tradition, ayahuasca is part of a complex system of study and knowledge of plant medicine. The whole idea is that there is a type of consciousness in plant medicine, and if you follow a certain ascetic life, outside of the world of man, eating particular food and having particular behaviors, and taking those plants or bathing with those plants, you're basically going to receive energetically the guidance of those plants, and then you're going to open energetically to that language and receive guidance from the spirits. So the restrictions are salt, sugar, living in isolation from a social context, and having sexual abstinence. And the sexual abstinence is very important in a way because you want to, first of all, it's taboo a bit in the vegetalismo world to have sex. The spirits or the plant energy is very sensitive, very, to any kind of behavior. So by having a sexual intercourse, you kind of expose yourself and mix your energy with someone else. And the smells in related to it, the exchange, create a kind of a contrast, a contraindication to the idea of cultivating yourself, guiding by a plant energy that then open your sensitivity to the language of nature, open your capacity to receive information directly from nature or from the spirit. So in a way, the spirit are going to come and talk to you if you able to really transform your human energy into more plant-sensitive human energy, if I can frame it like that. And in vegetalismo, the diet, what we call the dieta, is the exercise to do so. So you basically train, that's a modality of training. You do those long-term diets that sometimes is 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, with all those restrictions, and you ingest all those different plants, or one plant for a long time, and your whole physiology get transformed, and and your whole energy get transformed, rebuilding itself with the plant medicine energy in it. And because you have these restrictions, you also you open yourself, you become extra sensitive, extra aware of plant energy. And because that openness, you start to feel more the presence of the spirits within nature, because you have this energy within you, it's a cultivation. When you're done with that time of the diet, you close that time, eating salt and then coming back to your normal social life, and you carry that energy within yourself. It is then you drink ayahuasca, and because ayahuasca has this psychoactive expansion effect, you can then tap during the journey of ayahuasca into that self-vegetal energy, to use it in a ceremony context, to do healing, guidance, spiritual work. So the vegetalismo modality has a lot to do with the dieta. The dieta, in a way, is a knowledge. Ayahuasca is the tool, but the real cultivation has to come from the dieta. That's a big difference, I think, today. That is forget, that people forget about ayahuasca, and really in the West, ayahuasca is spreading all over the place and a lot of ceremonies are happening, but the practitioners don't necessarily go So that time of cultivation, of cultural exposure, or self-transformation, you know, you need to heal yourself first and transform yourself first if you want to be able to help others.
Is it dangerous?
Yeah, so you know what, if you think about the concept of diet or dieta, you know, you are avoiding all different kind of food, no salt, no sugar. There's a certain sensitivity in your body, you lose weight, you become more sensitive, like I said, and you ingest a plant that sometimes have some secondary effect, you know. But definitely you feel a build-up. You feel that there's an inclusion in your body, that you become part of this plant, that this plant is becoming part of you, and that energy is kind of building in yourself, you know. So if for any reason you decide to have a drink or to have sex, it's like, you know, being naked and going under below 20-degree weather for 10 seconds and come back in. Or, you know, the other image that you can have is diet is like gardening. You put a little seed in yourself, which is a connection with the plant spirit, and then, or the plant medicine, and then you start to do the diet, and that little seed grows and flowers little by little with time, and the rooting is kind of growing in your body, and when you close that diet, those roots are going to be established and still keep growing. So in that process, if you do gardening in March and then you have a nice cold weather that come in April, the plant usually dies. So the, you know, breaking a diet, it's the same thing. The danger is that your energy also is intermixed with that plant. So if you break the diet, if you don't follow the restriction, by breaking that energy, it breaks also your own capacity of feeling well. Because the responsibilities that you have is that by creating a bond, by looking for that power of plant medicine, you have a responsibility also to engage in that process, you know, in a certain way. I mean, I've broken diet in my practice, you know. As a human being, you make mistakes, and sometimes you also have the curiosity to explore, and you pay a certain price. You know, you have to start over, or you put yourself in danger, and also you learn how to fix it. You know, you've been taught by your teachers, but it's a danger. So it's something to do carefully.